All right, we're back. That was a fast 5 minutes.
I know. It's like the only one we actually were on 5 minutes.
Hey, we did good. We did good. And we weren't goofing off when they came back. See, we're getting better
as far
at this.
As they know.
We're going to get fired from our own job. It's pretty bad. So, all right, guys. So there are a couple things I wanted to show because these are fun tools that we use, and I know you've got them as well. And they're fun B&H products. So since you're going into Flash, I thought it would be kind of fun to show some fun, easy, inexpensive Flash tools. So I'm going to let you take this one and talk a little bit about the Impact softbox.
Yeah, I've got one right here too.
Yeah.
They can make friends. You can get two and have a buddy,
like little guys.
buddy Flash box. These are awesome because they just basically strap right onto the front of your speed light, any speed light. It's got a double baffle system. I love that Velcro, meaning it diffuses it really, really well. So you have a very even, soft light from the front of it.
I have the question right out of the gate. Do you use the inner baffle or not? This is the question that I ask everybody. This little guy in here is the inner baffle.
The inner baffle, yes.
And it baffles people on whether or not they should use them or not.
If you're in the inner circle, you should use the inner baffle.
Are you an inner baffle user or not?
It depends on what quality of light you want.
Let's talk about that. How do you know the difference?
Well, sometimes you want the maximum even use of the surface area in your light, in which case the baffle helps to further diffuse because there is a natural hot spot in the front of your light, even though the flash heads do put them pretty evenly, but you have a slight hot spot, so the inner baffle helps to even that out, and you're going to get total softness all around.
Okay. So that's important. So obviously when it's in, is it cutting light though? Are we losing light, or is it? But it is spreading light out, but you are losing a little bit. You're going to lose a little bit,
yeah. I mean, it varies between maybe half stop, 3/4 stop, depending on how thick that inner baffle is.
So we remove the inner baffle, and then of course we have that hot spot. So we've got a nice blinding light coming through the center. I used to tell people that once you're a professional, you no longer need the inner baffle because you understand how lights work. So that's kind of was my excuse, but the truth was I actually just kept losing my inner baffles. So I would make up stuff as I went along because students would always say,
I just happen to have an extra inner baffle right here. I'm going to give to you.
So I would ask all the time people what they did. And I found that most speakers and people that were educators did not use their inner baffle. And now you're saying it's really based on quality of light for you. And I think it might be the rest of us just lost ours. It's possible. But good to know. The final answer is obviously you're going to lose a little bit of light, but you're going to gain more quality, a softer quality of light, correct?
More even quality, yeah.
So that's pretty awesome. So tell me a little bit more about these little guys.
Well, when you're looking for something that's, because it's small, you're going to have a fairly direct type of light, and I'm going to talk about those in the next segment here about the qualities of light, but it's going to be fairly direct, fairly dramatic. You're going to have some shadows. It's not going to, give you a big soft portrait, obviously, but a lot of times that's what you want. You want something dramatic but slightly soft, and that's where this is great. It's also going to be nice if you're just shooting flash on camera, like in an event, and you want to soften it a little bit. You're not going to carry a giant softbox on top of your camera.
Sure.
But you need something better than just direct flash. This will help a lot.
You know what I thought was cool is how easily it attaches, because my concern is when you buy something, is it going to work for everything you have? But we're talking awesome little Velcro straps. And it was nice and snug too. Worst thing in the world is you're shooting and all of a sudden something falls off the front of your camera, or you're fumbling around that. But it's double Velcroed, so it's not good. Help!
This works good.
Who let him be on the first show? That's what I want
like
to know.
this.
Seriously,
It's very
how did
easy.
you get here? How did this happen?
I was knocking at the door and you let me in.
That's a good point. Good point.
Showed up.
All right. So this, in addition to being an amazing product, I know B&H has given us an opportunity to give it at a special price. So it's available right now for $46.75. That's 25% off. Now, if you're watching the show, let's say you just jumped on and you're trying to figure out how everything works. If you look right below us, there's a chat room. Definitely hop on there because we're going to give you links directly to these products so that you can, if you need to order them, honestly, for under $50, this would be one of those, when I talk about things you might want to consider early on, having a modifier might be a nice way to go for just starting out, especially if you're a wedding shooter, if you're running and gunning, it might be a great tool. So those are on sale with B&H, and I believe later tonight, if you stick around and watch his whole show, we're going to give away both of these. Are you keeping one of these, or do I get to give them both?
I'm going to try, but
He's going to try. I kept everything else from the first part, so I figured you might want one of these. But we're going to be giving away both of these at the end of the show. And very cool. See, he's trying to pocket it already. He's already, see?
I was hoping it would explode into a glory of lights and flashing things, but not so much.
All right, now one more really amazing product. This is brand new, and this is, of course, the Bolt Cyclone Dual Power Pack. And this is something that I shoot every day high-speed sync. I always tell my students, they always ask me, when do you shoot? We shoot up to 8 sessions a day. I know that's crazy. And everybody, I know, I saw your face. You're like, 8? It's true. You can ask Jordan. She's my assistant.
No, I believe you. You lie about everything else, but I believe you about that.
Except for that I torture myself. But the thing is, I shoot on location most of the time. And so we shoot at 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And Jordan is so fluid working with me that she automatically, as soon as we walk outside in a bright sunny, she's like, high speed sync. She starts thinking that. But of course, the problem is when you're shooting outside, we don't take breaks. We don't get to go back to the studio. The power we take with us is all we have. So changing batteries all day long is a huge drag, and it's very expensive. Yeah. And the days I forget my power source, I'm super mad. I can blow through $20 in batteries in a day. So tell us a little bit about this.
You're not using rechargeable batteries?
Well, no, we are, but we blow through, okay, sometimes I forget them. No, we do use rechargeable, I promise we do. But
I'm going to call the Eco Police.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so this thing is pretty cool, and it's perfect for, like what Sam said, high-speed sync. One of the things I'm going to talk about a little bit after the break is about high-speed sync and how much power it sucks from your flashes to produce that effect. So this is an awesome thing to have because it'll allow you to recycle like fast as 1 second. On full power, that's crazy good. It'll give you up to 1,200 flashes, I think, with 2 flashes.
And that's what I thought was amazing. 1,200 shots with 2 flashes attached.
Yeah,
that's a whole day's worth of work for me. So I would be good to go.
The other cool thing with this battery pack itself, the controller is separate, but the battery pack itself just spread on the bottom. So you could have a couple of these batteries. As soon as this dies, if you actually are shooting as much as Sam and kill a battery like this, then you just pop a new one on, your flash still stays connected and everything's good to go. And this is really light too. I mean, it's like super light.
Yep, and it's got the great strap. So of course it's got a hook and a strap so you can hook it on. If you're running and gunning, throw it on your light stand where your flashes are. You could hook it on your pants. So if you mine always too heavy there, but this one's actually really light.
You're kind of sporting the sagger look lately.
Yeah,
so that's
probably gangsta. So this is one of those things that it's lightweight, easy to use, and to me, frankly, just the power itself, 1,200 shots with 2 flashes.
That's crazy
I'm sure Jordan's out there listening going, I want that, because she's the one that's changing batteries in between. You know, it's usually when you have the 2-year-old and they're about to cry and all of a sudden your flashes go down.
You're like, oh, hold that pose.
Yeah, don't move. So this is going to be a big lifesaver. So the good news is I believe one of these is yours, but I get to give another one away. And I think it's about a $479 value, if I remember correctly. So somebody tonight is going to be walking away with a Bolt for themselves. Now, keep in mind, they work with Canons, Nikons, etc. And we will be providing the cords. B&H Photo has told us that whoever wins, they're going to get the right cord. So they get to use the product too.
Fancy that.
I know, revolutionary. So we're going to be giving away one of these at the end of the night. Now, before we move on, I want you to tell everybody what they have to look forward to this afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've got a lot more to come.